Is anyone keeping an eye on Joss Whedon?
Hello. I started this
Alright, if you're new here but enjoying the content, please subscribe and hit that bell for notifications. Thanks! What do you want from me? It's Comic Artist Pro Secrets. You're listening to Ethan Van Sciver, 25-year veteran of this whacked-out comic book industry, world's most charming man, great big Star Wars fan. Look at Joss Whedon. Just look at him over there. You know, I take issue with Joss Whedon. I take issue with a lot of these nerds in geek culture, these ascendant nerds who have taken over and shaped the culture, and not necessarily in good ways. Because I don't know if you've noticed, but SJWs, otherwise known, and I think more appropriately referred to in this context as NPCs, all talk exactly the same. Now, if you encounter this, I mean, you cannot tell. You can't tell the difference between a 13-year-old girl and a 65-year-old man when they're SJWs and they're tweeting on Twitter about whatever it is that what do these people talk about? I don't know, but they all sound exactly the same. They all sound like Chuck Wendig. Now, I've put a lot of thought into this. I've pondered this, and I've thought, what is the reason for this calamity? Why is it that we now live in a society where, a 50-year-old man like Chuck Wendig will start a diatribe on Twitter about how he got fired with, well, this is something that happened. No man would ever have said that during the Civil War. It never would have. No, World War II, there was no man who would have said, what happened? What exactly happened? Who is patient zero that caused this to occur? This sea change in our society, and I've pinned it down to two people. Okay, the first one, of course, is Jon Stewart in The Daily Show. When proto SJWs of all ages sat down to watch Jon Stewart on The Daily Show, especially during the Bush administration, all of them got turned on. All of them watched that and said, "That's exactly how I want to address the world." Thinly veiled scorn, sanctimony, and sarcasm. I want all of that. I want that to be my presence. I want people who are in my being to feel my utter contempt for them while I smirk and raise an eyebrow. That was a start. But Joss Whedon really finished it off. He was the cherry on that Sunday. Joss Whedon taught everybody that they should kind of be a flippant valley girl, adopt those mannerisms of a 13-year-old girl, and certainly they all do. So if you combine all of that together, Jon Stewart plus Joss Whedon, SJW. That is the phenomenon. That is what you will encounter, and it is a potent and annoying cocktail. So I do point the finger of scorn at Joss Whedon. We have fingers of scorn. We non-SJWs, and I do. I point the finger of scorn at him. Now, recently, he's come into some trouble. He is a male feminist who has gone kooky, kablamo, batshit on Twitter over Trump's presidency. I mean, he's really lost his mind. God bless him. He is absolutely gone cuckoo, Luku. Virtue signaling his disgust for Republicans and for all things Trump and for America. And it is sad. It's very, very sad. His wife actually came forward and said, his ex-wife, this male feminist, he cheated on me nonstop. He ain't much of a feminist, really. And I think Joss Whedon kind of fell from grace a little bit because of that. Him being a male feminist, that's so important to him. It's so important. These people, often these male feminists, they're up to no good in so many other different ways. They need this. They need the disguise and the cloak of male feminism in order to carry on being what they are. And I have no idea what Joss Whedon is, but what I do know is his ex-wife, had a lot of unkind things to say about him. Now, Joss Whedon trying to work his way back into the SJW club a little bit, he puts on his sheep's clothing and he goes into the herd. Emily Nussbaum comes out with a tweet and says, "I have determined the worst word, and it is nubile." Okay, so these women, they don't like the word nubile. Jill Filipovic says, "Have you considered panties?" I like the word panties. It makes me laugh. Underpants is better, though. Underpants is good. And then somebody named Scotchy says it's actually suckle. Yeah, suckle. Suckle is bad unless you put honey in front of it. Like honeysuckle is a nice flower. They're very, very nice. Patricia Heaton, Republican, beautiful woman, says no, the answer is ointment. I never had a problem with ointment at all. And then they argue about if any of this is worse than moist. Now, Joss Whedon, uninvited, not a part of this conversation, decides that he is going to butt his way into it, nevertheless, and he posts this incredible tweet. The tweet says, regarding nubile, the word nubile, I love it because it means young, and then parenthetically, often too young, and sexual, and then parenthetically, or sexually attractive. But as a kid, I found a dictionary from 1900, which defined it as of marriageable age. So it's awful sort of double. English language, keeping it creepy. Joss Whedon, December 22nd. So this is what they mean by mansplaining. Joss Whedon waxing eloquent over the word nubile and all of its implications. Now, interestingly enough, the only time I can recall Joss Whedon, a character from a Joss Whedon work, using that word is when Mr. Trick, the show's scary black vampire in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and the only major black character, by the way, is describing Buffy. How very interesting. But what I love about this is that he's already regarded as kind of a creep, kind of a slimy weirdo, and he slithers into this conversation to enjoy a word that is being, that has been established as slimy and creepy by other women. He slides up into these women's tweets, and he savors the definition of the word that they find troubling. No permission, no consent, just, an alleged sex pest being sex pestilent. Just talking about the word nubile and how much he likes it because it means young and sexual. Kevin Spacey, are you watching this? What is he doing? Apparently the word nubile made such an impact that he has a childhood memory of exploring a dictionary in connection with the word nubile. I don't know what's going on. People need to be keeping an eye on Joss Whedon. That's all I'm saying. I'm just suggesting keep a friendly eye on him. Know where he's at all times. And I don't know, friends, be friends, I guess. Be better friends to Joss Whedon if you can. Now, Joss Whedon has deleted this tweet after a Twitter firestorm condemning him for how... I mean, it's skeevy, isn't it? It's a little skeevy. Also, why was he researching nubile in an antiquated dictionary as a child? What is going on with this dude? Why did he do that? It would have cost him nothing to not make that comment. It would have cost him $0.00 to not join in with a conversation with a bunch of feminists about the creepy word nubile, and to express some admiration and curiosity about the word nubile, and then define it lovingly and lecherously for a bunch of women who seem sensitive about the way words sound that are often applied to describing women. It would have cost nothing. Okay, it was an effort. You actually had to go and do this, and it was a long tweet. You had to type it out on an iPhone. This isn't this is... I can't... And his new avatar isn't helping either. I mean, I don't know what's going on. But anyway, I've been laughing about this for a few days now, since he's done it. It is very funny. Joss Whedon, not having a good time. Hollywood is a hellhole. It is worse than you can possibly imagine. Thank you, Joss Whedon. Thank you for another example of why it's good to not be an SJW or a male feminist.
Hey, want to follow me on Twitter? Okay, cool. I'm at Ethan Van Sciver. Talk to you there.
Show your friends you support independent comics while showing the world who you back in the fight against the swarm with the brand new Cyberfrog t-shirt from Crypto Fashion and Comic Artist Pro Secret. Sizes come in small to 5XL, and take your choice of colors between navy blue, white, and black. And if you haven't yet, go ahead and order the Fandom Menace, Go Get Daddy's Belt, Tico, and Soilo t-shirts as well. Link is below in the description. You're gonna look great. People love these shirts. They fit wonderfully. Thank you very much. If you enjoyed this video and want to become part of this community, subscribe to this channel by clicking the laughing man face logo right on your screen. Ring the bell for notifications as well. You'll never miss a live chat. And stay tuned, another video by Comic Artist Pro Secrets is coming right up.